that mean that people can hear my velvety, sexually pleasing voice?
It does mean that they can hear your voice. Are you a moderator in my YouTube chat? And Twitch chat? I don't know if
I am. YouTube chat, yeah. I definitely am on YouTube.
Okay.
I can't see your stream yet. Still can't. Still no stream. Oh, there it is.
Oh, did it pop up finally?
It did. Oh, it's already got a dislike. That was fast.
71 people are watching. Wow. It's probably because it's not Apex.
Wow, that was fast.
Hey, at least it's telling people that I'm
Hello,
live.
Wonderful people.
That's always a plus.
Damn,
Hello, everybody.
They're up to like almost 100 people already.
Hello, hello.
Yo, Cookie, how's life? Hope you're doing good. I'm doing half decent. That's fair to say.
So, here is the plan, everyone. Same as the Sony event. Me and Cookie are going to stream this, and whenever they are talking about something important, Cookie will shut up, I'll turn him down, and we'll just focus on the event. And then
sounded insulting.
If they're talking
Shut the fuck up.
if they're talking about something like in between games or if it's something like every EA play where they ramble on about FIFA for 20 minutes, me and Cookie will just talk and give our opinions and stuff.
Especially since I'm the one who knows things about FIFA anyway. So if there was anything to say about FIFA...
Cookie is my friend who used to be on this channel about a year or so ago. And then he left. But he's still my friend.
It's about 2 years now.
No matter... I mean, a lot of people think Cookie just vanished. But no, Cookie's just not a part of the channel. He has his own channel now. But yeah, he still helps me out. And he's been my friend since I was a freshman in high school, so a long time ago.
We're running on like 13 years now. We've been friends, or 12 years,
something like that.
It's 12 years. Oh fuck! What just happened there?
We're like a married couple.
Yeah, except we don't have sex.
We do everything else together, though. Shower, eat food, sleep, in the same bed.
None of those things are true. I don't even eat with you.
Josh was saying I gave bits. When I have a long, rough day, you give me a nice back massage. Make me feel better.
That's... I don't know if married couples do that often.
We argue over things. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it.
Definitely argue over things. I will agree with that. Swany wants cookies. Fair enough.
Cosmic Waffles
totally
gave $5.
You guys have 67 kids.
Cookie's a hooker.
Cookie's actually a hooker.
I got you in high school, and I must have been so good that you stuck around. Or I've been paying you.
So I was a hooker in high school.
I guess.
So you've been paying me the last 12 years to be your hooker since I was a teenage hooker, and you somehow, well, I guess it's less unrealistic that you would buy a hooker in high school. Either way, it's not very realistic. Swany and Cookie are married, so you spoon and raise your baby Yoda. I wish we could have baby Yoda as a child. That would be awesome. Fucking force baby. I bet Baby Yoda's a real pain in the ass when he's like in his teenage years. Ooh, God, he can basically do anything. He's like a godchild as a teenager, going through all that teenage angst. That's not going to go well. I mean, how are we going to tell Baby Yoda to do his homework? He'll just fucking force push us into the ceiling. That's not going to turn out well at all.
Teenage puberty, Baby Yoda. Teenage Yoda.
Oh, man.
Goes through that phase where he's just... You can't tell him what to do.
Fuck Baby Yoda.
Alright, so the actual event starts in 4 minutes. Well, 3 minutes, according to the EA Play, so...
Swany, have you applied at Walmart yet? You look exactly like somebody who works at Walmart.
No.
I don't think that's a compliment.
It's an insult to people that work at Walmart.
Well, then it would be an insult
to me.
Never mind. It's too hard for my brain to figure out right now. Yeah, I think you're insulting yourself.
Oh well. A lot of people keep telling me to like.
People.
What?
I was gonna say someone was saying about they should make a Battlefront 3. If that gets out of control, I'm a moderator too. I can delete stuff.
Yeah.
Or ban people if it comes to it.
I'm okay if people talk about Battlefront if it is part of a conversation. If it makes sense to talk about Battlefront, like during EA Play, if they're talking about Star Wars shit, it makes sense to talk about Battlefront. But if I'm playing something unrelated to Battlefront, then don't talk about Battlefront. It doesn't make sense. If I'm joining somebody's stream and they're streaming Mario, I'm not going to talk about a different video game. What do you guys think of FIFA in a Mario stream? It wouldn't make any sense. So why do people talk about Battlefront if there's no Battlefront on screen? It doesn't make any sense to me. So yes, if we're in a situation where we're talking about Battlefront and it makes sense to talk about Battlefront, that's fine. But if I'm streaming like Apex or something, don't randomly be like, did you see this that they did in Battlefront? There's a glitch with Darth Maul. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not playing Battlefront.
Yeah, one thing. Stop calling me a show mod. I deleted comments before.
Can I turn the lights on the commando helmet?
Yes, I have. Wow, all the mods are angry that I'm a mod.
Cookie's been a mod.
This is the thing. I've always been a mod. I'm like Swany's secret weapon mod.
Plus, Cookie's more qualified to be a mod than any of you guys, because I talk to Cookie every day of my life.
Yeah, I've been here since the beginning, before the beginning.
Yeah, Cookie was here.
And before he was on YouTube.
Yeah. Cookie knows. Yeah, Cookie's been a part of my channel since it started. Well, not a part. He's been around since it started.
It should be starting like right now, by the way. EA Play.
Yeah, it says it begins shortly. Which should be...
Same thing for me.
As soon as it starts, I will switch to that view. Is there a level above mod because Cookie is that? Yes.
Damn right.
He is. Cookie's like super mod.
This one, I wish to get a 501st helmet. Swany likes his helmets.
I do like helmets. I
kind of understand that.
Really like helmets. I've got 3 helmets, and I want more helmets. You guys can't see the Poe one because it's down beneath, but I have the Poe one too. The Poe one is probably the most comfortable because of the padding inside of it. Poe Dameron's helmet. But I like collecting helmets.
What's your productions?
My productions?
What that means? I don't know what that means. Swany and Cookie.
I know Bella Delphine's back. Bella Delphine is a genius. Alright, it's beginning.
That's what I got.
Okay.
It's got a 2-minute timer.
It does have a 2-minute timer.
That is a really janky looking timer. What that's supposed to be. I guess I'm already insulting EA Play.
Have that timer.
But really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like if you did a premiere.
It looks weird. I don't like it.
Here, let me refresh it so that it's
predictions.
Like, it's fresh.
Yeah. I guess that would be a good thing for us to do in this last minute and a half. What are your predictions, Swany, about this conference?
I don't. They'll probably announce a new Star Wars game, and they won't give us any information. Probably announce like Fallen Order 2's in production or something, and then that'll be about it.
As far as Star Wars is concerned, I mean,
yeah. The rest of it'll just be Madden. I would love some sort of Mass Effect. That'd be great. Obviously, Apex stuff.
Yeah. They'll obviously do EA Sports, and it'll be dumb and the same fucking thing again. So, not gonna get anything interesting there. I hope they have a decent amount of Apex stuff, because I'd love to see like Apex on the Switch, or Apex with the crossplay thing is interesting. So there may be a lot to do with Apex, would be my prediction. But the biggest thing will be the Squadrons gameplay. It's probably what they're betting on, would be my guess.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the sports stuff. I don't know why they have to talk about it, but we're getting right into it, so I'll turn this up.
I would be if they had anything.
Hello and welcome everyone to EA Play 2020. We're happy that you're joining us today. Over the next 45 minutes or so, we've got so much for you, including creative, innovative, and really fun new games, and a lot of news to share. But before we get into the show, I'd like to take just a minute here. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to first responders, medical staff, and essential personnel. This has certainly been a challenging year. From natural disasters like the bushfires in my home country to the devastating COVID-19 pandemic, these brave heroes are working to keep us safe and healthy at every turn. I also want to thank our teams for their amazing dedication while working from home. What you've been able to achieve is nothing short of inspirational. We are also deeply thankful to all of you, our players. Even when we've had to stay physically apart, billions of you are using games to come together, to play, and do amazing things for each other. You've shown why this is truly the greatest form of entertainment on the planet. This is also a critical time for the movement to end racism and racial injustice in this world. Black lives matter, and there is much to be done to drive real and meaningful change. A couple of weeks ago, we shared some actions that Electronic Arts is taking. We will not rest on this. It's a long-term commitment. We're here for players of every color, background, religion, and personal preference. We will continue to build strong representation in our games, and we are focused on making our communities fun, inclusive, and positive places to play. We also have real work to do to bring greater diversity into our company, and we are committed to doing that work. Today,
I kind of just like to see the gameplay.
The power of games. Games bring us together. They can make our lives better, they can teach us, they can provide escape and self-expression.
Yeah, that's all this is PR stuff.
Games can be fun.
You're like, do I really believe
all of us at Electronic Arts believe in that, and it's why we're excited to get up every morning to make great experiences for all of you. So thanks for being here with us.
He's basically just saying,
let's get into some games.
We don't care what your skin color is or your religion, we'll take your money regardless. That's basically.
What's up, everybody? I'm Greg Miller, and welcome to EA Play. We had an incredible show in LA playing for you. Huge stage, massive setup, these giant monitors. I was going to fly in on an X-Wing. I was going to land the X-Wing on stage. I was going to set off a bunch of fireworks. Then what? T-shirt cannon, bam, shooting out game consoles. Then Carol Baskin, some tigers. That last part was all me. Then, because of circumstances beyond our control, we had to come up with something a little different. Instead of LA, I'm in my hometown of San Francisco, but we still have the Tigers. What's that, Jane? No Tigers. So you lied. Oh, all right. I'm being told there are no Tigers, but whatever. We're still gonna bring you the EA Play you know and love. Huge surprises, big announcements.
Didn't this guy host last year?
And never before seen gameplay. Coming up over the next hour, we've got game reveals galore, world premiere trailers of new titles, really some old favorites making a comeback, a look at a new way Star Wars fans can live out their greatest fantasies this year, plus a sneak peek at the future. Oh, and pay close attention because today you could win one of thousands of Steam codes for more than a dozen great EA games on Steam. Throughout the show, keep an eye out for discreetly placed golden letters. Write them down as they appear, and at the end of the show, we'll tell you where you can enter that secret code for a chance to win free games on Steam. So don't go anywhere. Who am I kidding? None of us can leave our houses. But enough talking. Let's see some games. Up first, we're heading to the Outlands. That's right, it's Apex Legends time.
Okay, so I'm kind of excited for this.
Anyone want to take me out?
Starting now with Apex.
You should smile more.
Hey Apex fans, the battle just keeps getting bigger. Thanks to you, Apex Legends is coming off its most successful, most epic season yet, and we're just getting started. Season 4 saw more of you jumping into the fight than ever before, and you've kept that amazing momentum going forward, making Season 5 the biggest and best start to a season ever.
Took out an enemy.
This quality
Hold on to your holograms.
isn't really good.
We hope you've been enjoying Season 5, Fortune's Favor, which has seen the introduction of our latest legend, Loba,
I like how they showed the
a major map
executions,
change
even
to
though they're
Kings
almost
Canyon.
impossible to do.
Rest in peace, Skulltown, an all-new ranked
At least for
series,
me.
and a ton of quality of life updates. But it's about to get even better. Today, I'm here to tell you about what's coming next to Season 5 with our latest collection event, Lost Treasures. Take a look.
I might bury you here. No one will ever know. You'll just be gone.
Adventurers, raiders, explorers. They risk everything in search of fame, fortune, and answers. Few find what they're looking for. But if they survive, they might walk away with lost treasures.
I'll high-five you all when I see you. Mobile respawn beacon here.
My silences are firing again. Haha! Check yourself or wreck yourself.
Hey, thanks. I owe you one.
Guns? Who needs guns? I don't need guns.
I know what I'm looking for. I won't walk away without it. 너를 찾을 거야.
Okay.
It's me. Be careful. He's watching you.
That's not what I'm looking at, but
All right. Well, they added some new stuff. I don't
As
know.
you just saw, the Lost Treasures collection event brings with it a ton of great content, including a new
Interesting. I don't really know
limited-time
what it
mode,
is,
Armed
but-
and Dangerous Evolved.
did a good job making that look badass.
It's the return of a fan favorite, snipers and shotties only, but with a twist.
Sending out my decoy.
All armor is Evo armor, and we're removing all of the respawn beacons across the entire map. Don't worry though, you'll still be able to bring back your teammates with the help of a new item, the mobile respawn beacon. You'll have one of these in your inventory at the start of each match, giving you the power to choose when, and more importantly, where you bring your teammates back into the battle. Lost Treasures also introduces a new town takeover, Crypto's Map Room, which gives players a closer look at what motivates this drone-wielding hacker. And of course, the Lost Treasures collection delivers a bunch of exclusive content you can earn by completing challenges, as well as all new event-exclusive cosmetic items and the introduction of your boy Mirage's heirloom, which is fittingly a trophy of himself.
Excited to see you all in the ring. Don't worry, there's plenty of me's to go around.
And the best part is you don't have to wait that long. Lost Treasures drops on Tuesday, June 23rd. And that's not all, Apex fans. The battle is expanding. That's right, this fall we're bringing Apex Legends to Steam. And I know you're hoping, wondering, praying, so before you ask, yeah, crossplay is coming to Apex this fall.
Ooh.
It's been one of the biggest requests we get, and we're thrilled to finally deliver it to our fans. What am I forgetting? Oh yeah, one last thing, let's make it official.
Oh, it's coming to the
Huge
Nintendo
fans of
Switch.
Nintendo here at Respawn.
That was rumored.
We're incredibly excited to be bringing Apex Legends to the Switch this fall. And we'll share more details in the months ahead. So that means you'll be able to squad up no matter where you are.
Okay, so crossplay is a big deal as long as you can turn it off to PC stuff. Like if I can play with PlayStation people and Xbox, that's a big deal, but playing with PC players, it's a huge disadvantage, so.
Your passion for the game is truly inspiring.
But I mean, that looks interesting.
Really cool.
New cosmetics and stuff that they're switching up. Make it a little bit more exciting.
Okay. That's a good start. I can't have a problem with that. Adding a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I've been playing a lot of Apex lately,
yeah.
so.
I mean,
everyone.
yeah, I can't say anything bad about that. I thought they'd have more about like what season 6 will bring, but.
Alright, so now they're talking about Sims.
Cool. At The Sims, we've always believed representation and diversity in games is critically important.
Gonna be another DLC.
Perhaps now more than ever. It's difficult to put into words just how meaningful it can be to see yourself reflected in the games you play. So, here to tell you in their own words are a few members of our Sims community.
It's a very interesting thing to explain.
It feels empowering, actually, and very moving.
It really taught me a lot. The importance of just like keeping relationships good with people.
It's probably like the only place where I was open.
They get to see my personality
this isn't
before
go over
seeing
well.
my disability, I guess you could say.
I found myself to be the only black child in my school. I was discriminated, I was bullied. My skin tone, my height,
Does this have to do with Sims?
First realized that I was trans, and
I don't know.
I was like praying to God to undo it. I have this
we're
world
pushing this a little hard here.
Well, they're going with the approach of in Sims you can not be discriminated against. So this is just virtue signaling. I don't know what this has to do with Sims gameplay or a Sims announcement. This is just PR stuff.
I'm sorry, EA, if they gave such a shit about any of this as far as The Sims is concerned, how would you release a full Sims game instead of 15 DLCs that each cost like $30?
Eventually becomes.
I don't need to hear this from EA. This is what I always hate. This kind of shit. This is so fake coming from EA. I hate this kind of shit.
Yeah, EA doesn't give a fuck.
To feel good about myself.
EA doesn't give half a fuck.
Fuel my creativity.
I don't even believe these people that Sims gives them some feeling of, yeah, it's DLC.
Live without judgment. Live without hate. The Sims.
Live without
As
money.
you just saw, there are so many reasons why I am
gonna
proud
take
to be
all
part
of
of the Sims global community. We want the Sims to be a place of unity and hope. A place where you can be your authentic self and build your vision.
Who sees that and thinks, I didn't know I could be, you know, included in something? Like, who saw that and is like, I'm gonna go buy Sims now?
Only be inclusive. You can only be inclusive in The Sims if you have, like, you know, $10,000 worth of DLC to actually play the fucking
We'll
game.
be welcoming players on a whole new platform as The Sims 4 arrives on Steam today.
Oh,
Take a look.
announcement.
It's not even an announcement of a new game. It's just Sims 4 is coming to Steam.
Wait, what's the difference?
There is no difference. Now you can buy it on Steam.
What? Oh, that doesn't make any difference. It's like you couldn't wait the 5 minutes to download
People
Origin. So you just
don't like
download it from
Origin.
there.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now it's
Well, I'm sorry,
EA
that's too
realized.
stressful for them.
Well, EA originally had it so that you had to get their games on Origin. Then they realized if they made it available on both Origin and Steam, they could make more money. So now they're announcing that all these games are coming to Steam.
Oh, that's a big
Like
deal.
how long's Sim 4 even been out? Years?
It's been out since 2017, I think. So yeah, about 3 years. With all their $20 and $50 DLCs.
Yeah,
keep coming out every 15
I used to
minutes.
like Sims, but it's so scummy. Like, if they ever have a Sims 5, it's just going to be, they're going to cut everything out of Sims that you have to buy in DLC, and they're going to recharge you all over again.
Our community team is Freeman.
Yeah.
Hey folks,
I mean,
yes, we're here to tell you that it's not just The Sims 4 arriving on Steam today.
It's the same as
5
EA
more
Sports
great EA games, including Titanfall 2, A Way Out, and Dead Space 3, are all playable right this second.
And when EA Access arrives on Steam this fall, you can get all those great titles.
All they're doing is announcing that you can buy the games that you could already buy everywhere else. Now you can buy them on Steam. Like,
easy to download Origin.
Why the fuck is this even an announcement?
Steam instead.
They could have just tweeted out, "Hey, our games are on Steam now," or just put them on Steam.
This isn't going well. It was a good start, and now it's getting really lame, really fast.
Yeah, they haven't even announced anything new yet in their conference. They've announced that they're having the events in Apex, and that Sims is a game that everyone can play, depending on your race, religion, gender.
Everyone could have been playing that game for the last 2 years. That's not even an announcement. They added that transgender stuff like a year and a half ago. It's been on there forever. That's nothing new. They're just trying to take advantage of the whole Gay Pride Month thing and saying, "Oh, we have this option." It's been there forever. It's not like a new thing. A lot of people have asked for you to lower your mic. I don't know if you're just
a lot of people what?
Everything else. Everybody keeps asking for you to lower your mic.
I shouldn't be that. Okay, I'll turn it down a smidge. I didn't think I was that loud. I had you turned up a smidge, which probably turned me up too.
2 or 3 different people.
I fixed it a bit. That shouldn't be too.
Yeah, you're simps for money. Reveal
anywhere,
games.
And I mean anywhere. So keep your eyes open. Write the letters down as they appear, and once you've got the full code, you'll be able to enter for a chance to win one of more than a dozen.
So this has been going on for...
So stay tuned and find out where to enter the code
minutes?
at the end of the show. Now, if you follow my content at all, then
20?
you know there's nothing I love more than Buffalo Wings and discovering inventive new games. Well, I don't have any buffalo wings, but I do have something just as tasty.
No EA
Over the past couple of years, EA has partnered with the amazing studios like Haze Light and Zoink to give us such creative titles as A Way Out and Faye. Here to explain how they do it are a few of the talented developers working on the next wave of EA originals.
Sometimes you just have this great idea of a game, but it can be really hard to do it on your own.
We wanted space for our studio's creativity to flow free, so that we could try unconventional approaches to solving new ideas.
There are times where you've got to break past your own sort of mental blocks, even if that meant building a whole new kind of game engine.
We get to do the game we want to do.
What the fuck is this event? It's halfway over. They haven't announced anything yet. And now we have these developer interview things going on right now. Halfway through your event, you haven't shown anything. What is this? This is your chance to show gameplay,
right
all kinds of stuff. They announced that games are coming to Steam that have already existed. Oh boy.
Working on, we turn our
That's what they're spending their time on,
3
man.
studios. Up first is Haze Light.
I see a P.
Mild-mannered, quiet leader, Joseph Harris.
Hey!
Let's do it. Please welcome Joseph Ferris.
No, it's been going on for 20 minutes, and they said it's going to be about a 40 to 45 minute show.
Okay, can you swear here? Can you swear? Okay. The Oscars,
Someone else told you to lower your mic.
The Oscars.
I don't know what's going on with your mic.
That's because I was sitting close to it. And
No
I was yelling.
apologies there. Yeah, I know I'm cocky. I can't help it, man. I was born in Beirut, 1977. I lived there 10 years. There was civil war, and there was a lot of bad stuff happening there.
What in the fuck is going on? What does this have to do with anything?
Why are we getting a backstory on this fucking dude's life?
On a fucking developer. Where is this like background footage coming from? It looks like he does a movie.
This is the worst.
What does this have to do with video games?
I don't know.
Wow, this turned fast. After a good start with Apex, this is suddenly now looking like the worst presentation I've ever seen.
Well, they're talking about that Get Out game.
Games that have good stories, but they pretty much have one mechanic like reuse
Or,
all the
yeah,
time.
A Way Out or
The designers and the story writers are kind of like
And
doing
are
two
they adding
different
something
games.
to it? Like, you know, another game?
Keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible in games. That's what game number 3 from Hazelight is all about. And action. The new game, It Takes Two, is a co-op action-adventure platformer that will blow your f***ing mind away. The story starts out with a small family. Cody, May, that's the parents, and then Rose, the little daughter. So Cody and May are about to separate. Rose doesn't want them to divorce, so she creates 2 dolls out of wood and clay, and these dolls magically come alive and actually controls both Cody and May. And you could say you're almost controlling their emotions. You're almost playing their emotions. There's even levels where we're actually making a mechanic for their emotions. So again, marrying the story and the mechanics. And I think for the players, that's going to feel very new, different, and unique. They haven't played anything like this before.
Yeah.
It Takes Two is a crazy roller coaster ride that doesn't really have an ending. It has an ending, but that ending is that the roller coaster crashes and you fly into the sky and get up into space. And when you're in space,
Is
you're
it
like,
literally a roller coaster?
What am I doing up here? And then maybe you get
I don't
back
know.
to Earth again. That's the best way to describe It Takes Two, actually.
Okay, so they just announced this new game, but they had it so jam-packed with filler.
Show.
Yeah, we don't even know what the game is.
This original train rolling, and let's stay in Sweden. Of course, I'm a fan of both their delicious red gummy fish and their video games. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Klaus and Olav from Zoink Games.
It's insulting to Sweden. I don't think Swedish fish comes from there, actually.
Welcome to
There's
Gothenburg
nothing to do with
and, well,
Sweden.
my home. Unfortunately, I didn't bring you any Swedish fish, but we do have some exciting news for you about our latest game. At Zoink,
I'd feel
we've
really
always been
bad to
driven
have
by
to be a
love
director
rich
of any of these
visual
games. Like, oh,
storytelling
you have to
and
make a
creating
game and you
strange
also have
worlds
to
that
act
people
like
can
a
escape
fucking
to.
idiot
The
during
weirder,
our
the
conference.
better. And I think my friend Olav would agree.
And if you can't act like an
absolutely.
idiot,
And for
I'm
our
not
next game,
going to let you work for EA.
A little darker, something out of a gothic fairy tale. What started with a mood and some paintings grew into this eerie, strange world that feels like something out of a beautiful, twisted dream. And that's the world of random.
Lost in Random is the story of Even, a little girl with a big heart and an even bigger temper. After a horrible event that changes her life, she embarks on a dangerous journey through the world of random. But fortunately, she's not alone. Just like I have Olav, Even also has a crazy little weird friend thing with her.
Along her journey, Even discovers Dicey, a playful, loyal,
What is up with that dude's hair?
That gives her the power to really change things in the kingdom.
It's a wild haircut, man.
That is an intense
I don't know how to
haircut.
feel about it. I've never seen a haircut that wild before. Well, I shouldn't say that, but it's pretty wild.
How you act or what your
Take a moment and look at that guy's
coming-of-age story set against
Wow.
the mysterious world. But it holds a modern message that's really
Definitely gets your attention.
Is this event really only 45 minutes?
That guy
Is that a definite?
is the baldest dude with hair I've ever seen. Like, I don't know.
What does that mean? He's bald as
Look,
dude with hair.
he's bald but has a lot of hair at the same time because the size of his head's
Well, it's
bald.
obviously shaved.
Yeah, but he's
bald.
No,
people
you
don't
can tell
grow
he's got a
enough hair to have
hairline that goes
giant
back
ponytail
too.
that goes all the way down to your chest.
But you can see where his hairline would go back.
Then, please enjoy this first look at Lost in Random.
It's not a good sign when that guy's hair is by far the most interesting thing I've seen in the last 25 minutes of this show.
The world of random
We're going to see a trailer.
bends with the roll of one dice.
Oh, Padawan. That makes
A
sense.
dice that has ruled this kingdom for generations. transforming the fates of people just like you. But what if I told you there is another dice with the power to change everything? Now, my friend,
have we seen any gameplay yet?
To play the odds. And
no, we haven't.
Is that a rhetorical question?
No, I had to think because I. Oh wait, I think this is some gameplay.
Well.
You can't have the sweet, is it? Without the sour.
No, Dicey. They should be scared of us, right?
It's a very strange looking game.
Lost in Random.
Really cool. That's a look at Lost in Random in man. Embracing randomness. I
Nightmare
feel like I
Before
live
Christmas
that every day
meets
of my life.
Monopoly or Yahtzee.
You know, I was gonna do that. You didn't know. Dicey's my spirit animal. The game's out next year. But for something that's blasting off a whole lot sooner.
Guys, it's an A. A. It's gonna spell EA Pay instead of EA Play.
At Final Strike Games, our team of experienced industry veterans have worked on incredible multiplayer franchises. We are passionately focused on making great multiplayer games. That's why I am incredibly excited to announce that we have partnered with the talented team at EA to release our first ever title, Rocket Arena.
Wow, he is staring.
As you'll see, we stay loyal to the name of the game. It's a rockets-only shooter that allows players to get into the action quickly and stay in the fight. We wanted Rocket Arena to be an awesome, competitive experience to play with friends. I think you're going to love what we've got in store for you.
You're not supposed to like
Here's the all-new trailer
just dead on stare constantly.
Enjoy.
Well, this is a
It's very
first.
robotic in its movements.
Whoop. Apparently, I'm in an Apex match and didn't realize it.
How the fuck did you join an Apex match?
I don't know. All right, let's watch this trailer.
Have you ever wondered why life is so good on
Rocket
Crater?
Arena. I'm sure this is Fortnite
Sure,
and
we've
Rocket
got the
League
beautiful
combined.
beaches. Quality public transportation.
Apex with worse graphics.
And exotic destinations. Another victory. The people are courteous and friendly.
Jolly good for me.
And always happy to help their fellow citizens.
Are you leaving already?
But the real reason life is so good? We've got rockets.
Let's hit the trail.
I hunger for battle. Talk about razzle dazzle. Never turn your back on the water.
I got speed to spare.
I'm here to rock.
Hunger for
I'm having a blast.
rockets. Just take my money. This looks like a mobile game.
At this point, I'm just embarrassed
so as you just
for
saw,
EA.
rockets are obviously awesome to blast all over the place. But in order to come out on top,
I'll be
there's a
right back.
lot to master.
I don't think I'm going to miss anything.
You'll have a range of rocket-powered abilities to blast
I hope my
opponents out
mic's
of the
on.
arena, and an arsenal of evasive moves.
This
Rocket
is
jump, rocket climb,
awful.
and dodge to avoid getting knocked out yourself.
Who gives a fuck
Don't worry though,
about
you're
this?
never out of the action for long. Even when you're out, you'll fly right back into the fray.
This is so.
You'll also be able to really
elementary.
customize your own
Video
unique
game,
look
yeah.
and playstyle. Each
This
of the
is
10
getting
heroes available at
kinda
launch
sad.
have their
Nobody else
own
really
rocket-powered
getting sad.
abilities. And as you play,
All right.
Oh, cool! It's on. That's wonderful.
What?
I'll tell you, PlayStation 5, their conference looks amazing now in comparison to this.
I take back anything I said bad about PlayStation's conference. This EA Play. The best way I could describe it would be when a teacher gives you a project, like a PowerPoint project to do in front of the class, except it's 4th graders and they're presenting in front of college students. And they only had a day to make it.
True. Yeah.
This is like a bunch of 4th graders just threw shit together in a PowerPoint and they're like, look at what I got!
Oh my god, they're gonna have crossplay for whatever the fuck this is.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's like Fortnite without any of the stuff that makes Fortnite good.
There's only like 15 minutes left of this event, and they haven't shown any of the FIFA, Madden, any of that stuff yet.
Yeah,
Nearly cracked the code.
They haven't
Here's a
done
hint.
any of the EA Sports stuff yet.
Keep an eye
We
out for the
can't
last
see all
couple
their
of letters, and then at
worthless
the
shit.
end of the show, we'll reveal where you need to go to
see a
enter the
Y.
code and a chance to win some great games on Steam. Now, from the future
There's-
of Rocket
it's obviously
Warfare, we
EA
head to a
Play,
different kind of battle. It's the real reason I didn't get any sleep last night.
Because you guys
and if
didn't
you
think
thought
very
you heard
hard
sleigh
about what
bells,
those
that's because
things
it
would
might
be.
as well be Christmas in June. It's finally time to talk Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh, finally
Now,
Star Wars
I promise
stuff.
you, we are going to get a first look at some brand new gameplay in just a moment. But first, for anyone who
not gonna
doesn't
talk
fully
EA
grasp
Sports.
why I'm so excited, earlier this week, EA and Lucasfilm dropped a trailer that literally gave me all the feels, chills, joy, excitement, and then more chills on top of that. Take a look.
Seize that moment.
When the perfect shot makes history.
5 pilots.
1 squadron.
The galaxy's finest.
Oh yeah, I definitely got copyright strike for the music.
Wow. The 8-year-old and all of us are celebrating and excited. The 37-year-old man on this couch is excited. Ladies and gentlemen, for the 2nd year in a row, I have the honor and privilege of helping introduce a new Star Wars title. And here, to put the hype in hyperdrive, is none other than Motive's creative director, Ian Frazier. Hello, Ian.
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good. Happy to actually get to show this to people.
I bet. Now, in my copious notes I have on you, I'm told you are quite the Star Wars fan and have been a long time. How long have you liked Star Wars?
I've been a Star Wars fan for pretty much my whole life. I don't even remember the first time I saw the movies. And as a kid, there was a lot of different parts of Star Wars I loved. One of them was being a pilot, that idea of climbing into an
To be fair,
X-Wing
they
and a
haven't
TIE
said
fighter.
that was the
So, you know, I
gameplay.
played all the flight games in the
Yeah,
90s, and I got pretty
not gonna be able
obsessive
to hear
about
you
them.
right
I'd
now.
pause, meticulously
show
draw the
turned up.
insides of the cockpits and stuff. And actually, I dug up some of
hear
those
this,
drawings from my
idiot?
parents' attic over the holidays.
We're showing them right now to the world. This strikes me as above and beyond the normal level of Star Wars fandom.
I think at Motive you'll find that quite a few people have that level of Star Wars fandom. When we started this project, I talked to a lot of people as they joined the team, and a lot of them had similar kinds of stories of things they'd done as kids. One of them even built a functional cockpit in his garage.
Wow, that's fandom on another level.
Okay. Okay, EA. Not a single person watching gives a single fuck about this developer's childhood with Star Wars. We've all had experiences with Star Wars as children. We don't give a shit about this guy.
Child fan art.
Show the fucking gameplay.
There was a really small group of us that were really into particularly the pilot experience.
Screw
of Star Wars.
gameplay. This
and we
is
wanted
art.
to make something new, something that really went all in.
I was a Star Wars fan as a kid.
And so we did kind of a grassroots.
No fucking
initiative,
way.
Started a little passion project, and that ramped up into actually what is the game we're going to show you today.
You talk about, your passion for this, your nostalgia for Star
Am I
Wars
on?
flight games of the past.
Are we still listening
How
to
do
this
you
guy?
honor that but make something brand new?
I have it.
Interesting. You know,
I don't know. I keep going up and down.
Heritage of many different games in that time period. At the
This
same
is
time, we want to do
fucking
something
stupid,
that
and
feels
I can't
fresh
put
and
into
new for
perspective
fans
how
today.
stupid this
And so
is.
what we've tried to look at is sort of the spiritual core of
No
what we think are the
one
best of the
fucking
Star
cares
Wars
about
like
these
games in the
developers.
past. And what
They
they
wanna
did
see
that
like
I
a
loved
fucking
is
game.
that they made that part of the universe real.
But if this
The
thing's
level of
really
depth
ending in
and
10
detail
minutes,
that they
they're
show
going
in
to
the
show
ships,
us
the
almost
way you
nothing
control them,
this entire
is something
time.
that I remember
Because
fondly from my
Squadrons,
childhood, and it's
hopefully,
something that we're
is
trying
all
to
that they
do
have
very
left
much
to
with
show them.
Squadrons.
If it's going to end
You know, in
9
real
minutes,
life, being a pilot
especially
is
if they're
hard.
listening
It
to
takes
this
skill.
moron.
And that's something that you'll see throughout the game.
I don't
as you
fucking
start
care.
off playing, it's pretty straightforward, fly around, shoot your lasers. But as you get deeper into it, you start learning how to divert energy from your lasers to your engines, how to shift your shields from the front to the back to cover your butt in a dogfight. Or at the higher levels of skill, you can do really crazy stuff. Like you can boost your engines, fly ahead, cut them off, whip around 180 and shoot a missile off your own tail while drifting backwards. Like real ace pilot stuff. And that's really where we have a lot of fun with the game.
I want to do that. I want to learn how to do that. I understand the nuts and bolts of how to play it. Is there a single-player story? Is there a multiplayer mode?
Interesting in regards to gameplay.
That sounded interesting.
So the game starts with a brand new single-player story. Takes place a little bit after Return of the Jedi, and it has kind of a unique dual perspective approach to it. So when the game starts, you're going to create two pilots. You create a New Republic pilot and an Imperial pilot, and you're going to alternate between their perspectives mission to mission over the course of the story. You're going to meet a diverse cast of characters along the way, and also a few familiar faces. Now, when you're done with that story and you've played maybe a bit in the practice range, you say, hey, I want to try multiplayer. We want to make it really easy for you to hop online with your friends and play competitive space battles at that point. And so we've done a lot to try to reduce the barriers, to make it as easy as possible for you to play with your friends. And so I'm happy to say we fully support crossplay. You could be on PS4, Xbox One, PC. You could be playing on a traditional display or in VR, which, fun fact, the entire game supports VR from beginning to end, which is pretty cool. But regardless of how you're playing, which platform, they can all play together. Just hook up with your friend, connect, have an awesome space battle.
You just Death Starred my mind, man. Like, that's awesome.
That's mind-blowing to the host.
When can people actually
It's
play?
cross-play.
Not too long, actually. Star Wars Squadrons is coming out on October 2nd.
Okay, not too long at all. I was worried about you. I thought you were going to leave me on a teaser there. You didn't. You actually delivered. I appreciate that. The next big ask I have on behalf of everybody watching, I'm sure, who came here for one specific reason, can we see some new gameplay of it? Can we see any gameplay of it?
Absolutely. I kind of figured you might want to. On behalf of everyone at Motive and the team at Lucasfilm, I am very happy to show you the world's first look at gameplay of Star Wars Squadrons. Enjoy.
He just says no. No, you can't see gameplay.
No, you can't see. Alright.
Finally, some gameplay.
The second Death Star is gone, but the Imperial fleet is still a threat. Vanguard Squadron, let's make history.
This is it, Titan Squadron. Everything we've done has led to this. Finish those Vanguard scum!
This is Star Wars Squadrons. Earn your wings in a single-player story spanning 2 factions.
All stations, fire on that ship!
And master multiplayer battles as a squadron of 5. With the option to play the entire game in VR. This is the definitive Star Wars pilot experience.
Come on, come on!
You'll begin your career in a single-player story.
Welcome to Titan Squadron.
Where you'll play as 2 combat pilots, flying for both the Empire and the New Republic. You'll experience this world through your cockpit. The instrumentation in front of you provides critical feedback about power management.
It looks like the HUD takes up the entire screen.
With diverse characters at your side, prove your skills on increasingly challenging missions.
Hello, Vanguard. Welcome to the Nadiri dockyard.
One of my spies has linked the attacks with the New Republic Starhawk project.
The story of the 2 pilots you play
Stick together.
will shape the balance of power in the galaxy.
Get ready!
Let him have
To take the fight online, you'll need flight time with all 8 ships. Fighters are the most flexible and versatile, able to handle any situation. Interceptors are fast and highly maneuverable.
Let's get them.
Ideal for hunting down your opponent's starfighters.
That was kind of fun.
Support ships can keep allies safe and stocked up, as well as disrupting enemy fighters.
Light them up.
Not Mirage.
Nice.
Bombers are the heavy hitters, able to deal devastating damage to enemy flagships and starfighters.
But if you've got a preferred component and need something customized, I'll take care of it.
Unlock everything you need to customize your pilot and starfighters simply by playing the game. From cosmetics to an arsenal of over 50 components that alter how your ships fly, fight, and survive.
They're on you.
I'll deal with it.
You can dramatically change your loadout depending
Jesus.
on your squadron's strategy.
That's a maneuver.
Finally got him. This will be critical in Star Wars Squadrons multiplayer modes. First up, Dogfights. This is an all-out 5v5 battle.
That hard 5, that was the best!
Fine-tune your loadouts to work as a team.
Moving in on the enemy.
Utilize components like tractor beams, turrets, and mines to slow down your opponents or set up your squad mates for the kill.
Rebels unmarked.
For teams looking for an even greater challenge, it's time to prove yourself in Star Wars Squadron's signature mode, Fleet Battles. Fleet Battles are multi-stage conflicts. Whether playing solo or with friends, you'll have the option to compete against other players or AI as a squadron of 5.
Don't worry, I got him for you.
Meet your team in the social hub to solidify strategy, coordinate loadouts, and prepare for takeoff. First, push the front line by winning the dogfight in the center of the map. Next, attack or defend 2 medium-sized capital ships.
We've lost our capital ships.
And finally, the ultimate goal, target and destroy the subsystems of your opponent's massive flagship and take it down.
Shields are disabled.
At each phase, your squadron either pushes the line forward or falls back to defend.
Keep our flagships safe.
It's your squadron's choice of how to play.
I'm hit.
Speedy, unrelenting assaults.
Stay together, strike quickly.
Stealth and subversion.
Jamming the enemy. Sensors can't spot you.
Or brutal bombardment.
That ship is vulnerable. Take your shot.
We need to hurry.
A unified squadron is the key to victory.
Making my attack run now.
Let's make this count.
This is Star Wars Squadrons. Join the galaxy's finest and make your mark.
Are you there, Cookie?
You are the hope of this galaxy.
I don't see Cookie talking.
Not talking. I don't know if I can.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
it's
you
still
can talk
going.
Okay. That looks better than what I thought it was going to be honest.
What's up, everyone?
That's exactly like what I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
I'm excited to be a part of the EA Sports family and to be you guys' new Madden athlete. I can't wait to show you guys what we have in store for you this season. This is EA Sports, next level.
So now we're getting into the sports stuff.
Feel it all.
Yeah, this will be wonderful.
Okay, well, I want to talk about that Star Wars trailer as they're showing off their stupid Madden and FIFA 2004 with an updated title name. It looks better than what I thought it was going to be honest. And to me, based off of what I just saw, it feels like they didn't upgrade Battlefront Starfighter Assault on purpose, because the more that they would have made that mode better would have taken away from this game. So I think they intentionally didn't upgrade Starfighter Assault on Battlefront 2 so that they could resell it as another game in this game. I think that's kind of what they did, because Starfighter Assault didn't get any updates. And this just looks like it's a better Starfighter assault mode. I'm interested in some of those mechanics, like, you know, flying full speed, stopping on a dime, turning around, flying backwards. I mean, some of those mechanics look interesting, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It looks very... The graphics look great.
The space graphics, the faces
no
and
interest
stuff
in this
don't look
game.
that good. You have none at all in that Starfighter game?
Yeah, the faces look kind of shitty. The customization looks like ass. Not to mention I can't see most of it. I think the first-person point of view looks horrible. I mean, it looks cool, but competitively, I think it's going to be really, really difficult, insanely difficult, and not that much fun to play. They really need to have the option to either be first-person or third-person.
Everybody would play third-person. If everybody's tied into first-person gameplay... My problem is that, like, the HUD takes up the entire screen. It's not as bad with the X-Wing, because all your parts of your inside of your ship at the bottom. But in the TIE Fighter, you have, like, the controls and stuff are in the middle of your screen. So it's kind of hard to see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5v5 sounds pretty ass. You'd have to make sure that your whole team is going to play...
Yeah, if you're playing with randos... Just random people in matchmaking.
You're going to play with randos. I mean, how many people have, like, 5 people that are going to play at the same time all the time?
None.
I know we don't.
I don't have 5 friends I can just say, hey, let's play. And if you do face a squad that's 5 people, and then you have, you know, just playing with randoms, you're going to get just hammered. You're going to get demolished.
Massacred.
Yeah. I mean, it's $40 for a better Starfighter assault mode. Now, if you really enjoyed Starfighter Assault and Battlefront 2, which a lot of people did, it just didn't have support, and you couldn't find matches because it didn't have that kind of support. If you want a better Starfighter experience, that might be the game for you. I'm excited for the VR play, because I have a VR headset, so I might get it and try it out for virtual reality, because I think it'll be badass being a virtual reality. But it just didn't, I don't know... The fact that EA's already charging
an impressive game at all.
$40 for it instead of a full price $60 shows you that they're not that confident in it.
So by the way, we're beyond EA Sports. I don't know what we're on now.
For excellence in
it looks
audio
like
and
showing
visual
random
presentation.
stuff.
We are creating epic battles at a scale and fidelity unlike anything you've experienced before.
Kind of confused. I don't know what they're
At Motive, we are working on a highly
studios
ambitious and innovative new game that puts the power and creativity in your hands. And it's an experience that would have been impossible without next-gen technology. This is just the beginning of the things we are working on, and there is so much more to come. The future of EA Studios is not just about new technology. It's about you, your voices, your ideas. We want to be where you come to play. We want to make games for everyone. So please keep giving us your feedback, and let's build the future together. On behalf of all of our studios, thank you for joining us today. But before we sign off, there's just one more game we would love to share. Cousin Darren, over to you.
Something happened?
No, they're ending the show.
So the moment is here. We finally get to say,
we're back. We're doing it. Skate's happening. We're rolling. We've secretly got together. It's the beginning. The skate evolution continues.
We've been waiting years, honestly, to make the right game at the right time with the right idea, and really, really pleased to say that we're here. It is really early, but it takes a little while to find Cuz or wake him up.
Dude, harsh. Still, we've got a long way to go, but we're stoked, and this is just the beginning.
And seriously, we really can't wait to bring you guys in and have you be a part of it with us.
We want to thank you for your passion, your patience, and all the support that you've shown, us to get to this point.
The comments.
Okay, so let's do a recap real quick of what EA Play was. Politics. It was games are coming to Steam that already exist. They showed some Starfighter gameplay.
Not only do they already exist, they're already on PC.
Yeah. Oh god. And the host is pretty fucking cringy. We got politics, games that are already existing coming to Steam, that are already on PC or just coming to Steam. We got Starfighter gameplay, and they announced Skate. And that's it. That's the show.
Yeah.
That's the show. They didn't announce anything regarding any of the other titles, like Anthem, which they're supposed to be still working on. No Mass Effect stuff.
Anthem 2.0.
No Battlefield. No Battlefield stuff. No announcements for Battlefield. No announcements of any future Star Wars stuff other than this.
Battlefront 3. Yeah. That was the worst conference I've ever seen.
That is
I've never seen a video game conference that bad.
Easily the worst gaming conference that is. Oh, we got the Apex stuff, which I forgot about, which is not even... It's just more cosmetics.
That was the only thing that was decent. That was the only thing I cared about this entire time, was Apex. They did even less on EA Sports than usual, apparently, by the way. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, yeah, they didn't show anything on the EA Sports.
Even less than they normally do for EA Sports. Like, they're not even pretending that they did anything this year.
Which I'm kind of okay with.
That. You know what? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'm glad that they don't even they're not even pretending like...
Maybe Madden and FIFA are literally so much of a copy and paste that they couldn't dare show it on EA Play because it would have been the same exact as last year's EA Play gameplay. So if you want to see...
like, oh.
If you want to see FIFA 21 and Madden 21, then go watch last year's EA Play gameplay.
Oh yeah, guys, if you couldn't figure out the code, it's EA Play Live in case you wanted to have the chance to win a game. Maybe.
I want to see what these comments are saying. Like
well, they're all bad. The only person I saw one person semi-positive about Squadrons. That is the only thing I've seen.
Battlefield, where's Mass Effect? What about Battlefield? Dislike.
Yeah, nothing about Battlefield. I couldn't believe they didn't have any Battlefield
Dislike.
stuff. I forgot about that. Battlefield 6, doesn't that come out like
Terrible
next year?
event. Yeah, Battlefield 6 is supposedly coming out next year.
They didn't even talk about that?
No.
They didn't even have concept art or something? They had nothing. Star Wars Squadrons, I mean, it looks exactly like what I thought it was going to look like, which is obviously the biggest thing that comes out of this EA Play. Looks exactly like what I thought it was going to look like, and I don't know why they wasted their time making that game.
That was
I think it's gonna
freaking
be a bomb.
horrible.
Apex literally is the only thing out of that conference that looks better.
I can't believe and they had...
Even Apex might be in trouble with the crossplay if they don't let you turn it off.
The fact that EA had the balls to even call this a show or an event is just a punch to the nuts. That's... I feel insulted that that this even happened. That's time I'm not going to get back. I could have took a poop and gotten more enjoyment than what this event was. I could have got food poisoning and
enjoyment from your poops. I don't know about that.
I could have done literally anything.
That was just so bad. Like, PS5's event looks so amazing in comparison. Like, PS5, I feel like I would fucking... I feel like I should bow down to that event after whatever the fuck this was. That was horrible. It was... All right, it was just bad. That was just really fucking bad. Maybe conferences in general are just... Maybe we need to drop our expectations to almost nothing. Like,
yeah.
Expect any... Like, you can't expect almost anything out of these conferences anymore. Is this what they were going to show at E3? Like, or
well, yeah.
Like, oh, coronavirus, let's just...
Before this year with the virus, we had E3, and then everybody had their own panels and stuff. Now, the companies are doing their own thing. E3's pretty much dead. There's no reason for E3 anymore. But I think since all these companies have their own time slot, it's just going to make it worse. Like, it's just...
That shit sucked balls.
That shit sucked balls. Somebody donated. Oh, Irvington gave $100. Oh, Jesus. Boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Where that's going. Just a random drop of $100.
Thank you for the $100. I'm taking a shot of alcohol for that. One, because of the celebration. I mean, that's $100, and two,
just saw you.
I need some alcohol to calm my nerves for that. So, what?
That was hilarious. On my screen, because I'm behind for you, I saw, like, you said, I'm going to take a shot of, and then you picked up Baby Yoda. I'm like, what are you
Take
doing?
a shot of Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda's ass or something.
No chaser, just straight fireball. Thank you. Soundboard spam.
I like money.
Yeah, I feel very similar to what Isaiah Webb just said. Squadrons is nice, I guess. That's really kind of where I'm at on Squadrons.
So are you
it's
going
like nice,
to...
I guess, but not great.
Okay, I do like that little customization that they showed. I like the idea of having like little bobbleheads sit on your cockpit. As stupid as that is, I kind of like that Ewok bobblehead sitting on the dashboard.
Yeah, but that's like the only customization that's going to matter is little things like that.
Customizing
you see your ship or your person.
Yes, your person, customizing your person means nothing. That is a waste of time and development and resources. Why they would make that, like, why the developers take any time at all to make it so that you can customize your character. I mean, like, what do I care if my character has a helmet or an alien skin? I don't see the character's face, so why do I care? It's pointless. It's a waste of time. They could have taken the time.
Your fucking ship.
Yeah, you can't see the outside of your ship either. So what do I care if my ship on the outside has a decal? Who's going to be close enough to my ship that when they fly by it, they're like, did that guy have a sticker on his window of his TIE fighter? I can't really tell. I'm going to have to fly by him 4 more times. Yeah, that's a badass sticker on his TIE fighter.
Like they're going to distract them so much that they run into the ship and die. Like, I gotta think about that sticker a little more.
Well, that's another question. With this TIE fighter game, like other TIE fighter combat games, if you crash into each other, are you going to bounce off, or are people going to be kamikazing each other and just blowing each other up that way? Because that would get annoying.
God, I hope not.
Because that's what ruined it for me in Battlefront 2015, was everybody would kamikaze constantly, and it got old.
I assume they wouldn't add that since Battlefront 2, Starfighter Assault didn't have that problem. So I mean, I would imagine that they wouldn't bring that back for no apparent reason. One of my biggest problems is like that whole first person, third person. It looked like from their screen what you could see. It looks really badass and really cool, but at the same time, you're like, well, you can't see as much because you only have a small window to look through. So you can't really get the feel of the entire battle going on around you nearly as much as you would with a different point of view. Not to mention, it looks like a game that'll be fun to play the first couple times, and then you never play it again, which is exactly what the first 2 Battlefronts were for a lot of people. A lot of people played the first 2 Battlefronts, thought, wow, this is really cool for a week, but now I'm bored, and then they stopped playing it forever. Now, a lot of people stayed with it and all that, but, I mean, this looks like more of the same, if not worse. I don't understand why they wasted time making this game.
Well, it's a cash grab. That's pretty much it. The features,
mean, it is, but they could have made a better cash grab. There are better ways to get money.
The features, I do like some of the features. I like the idea of someone's on my ass, I'm going to transfer the shields to my butt, and then you know, there's some strategy to it. Like, I'm going to put all my thrusters on this side or the right side of the ship. That way I can, do a quick turn, or I'm going to do a backflip, and then I'm going to hit the boosters at the last second and do like a complete 180 and just fly in the opposite direction. Like, there's going to be some skill involved with flying in this game, which, makes me sound like I'm interested for that. That part sounds cool. But and I also like the idea of different upgrades. You can like change the amount of shields and stuff. But at the same time, does that mean like a veteran player that plays this every single day is going to have a way better ship than like somebody that just picks it up and they're just going to get demolished? Like a level 50 player, for example, has like the best shields, the best blasters, the best boosters. Are they just going to completely dominate a new player with those kind of upgrades.
And I mean, I think the 5v5 thing sounds kind of shitty. I don't think that's going to be that enjoyable at all. I don't understand why they couldn't have giant battles. They couldn't figure out how to do that. I don't like the idea of the 5v5 because when there's only 5 people, all 5 of them have to be definitely on the same page.
Yeah.
And you're almost always going to play with randos. Nobody has 5 friends ready to play with them at the same time at all times. I shouldn't say that. Some people do.
Thanks, FIFA
But
player.
for the most
for the
part,
dollar.
most of us don't. Most of us don't have that. So, like, I don't see how this is going to be useful for everybody else. I mean, I don't understand why they made this game. They could have made so many other games. Why would you make this
It's
game?
a slap in the face because everybody, since the launch of Battlefront 2, everybody kept requesting, like, hey, when are we going to get some more Starfighter stuff? When are we going to, get some new ships or new maps or anything? And they just didn't do it. They never once touched Starfighter Assault, and it kind of killed off the mode. And now we're just getting an improved Starfighter Assault as its own $40 game. When it's, at least in Starfighter Assault, it's what, 10 versus 10? And now we're going down to 5v5?
Yeah.
It's just...
we're going down. I mean, the graphics... I after thinking about it for a second, I'm not even that blown away by the graphics for the most part. I mean,
Let me
they
see
look
if I can
pretty
go
good.
Back.
But they don't look amazing either compared to Starfighter Assault, which
back
looked
to
really
the
good.
gameplay. I'm going to turn it down. I'm just going to let the gameplay play in the background here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let the gameplay go in the background as we talk about it. Like, the HUD, the components of the HUD, it just takes up the entire screen. Like, you're playing in first person.
It's going to look like?
What? Yeah, like, you have all the mechanical parts taking up the entire screen. How are you supposed to see where you're flying and stuff? And the TIE Fighter.
It looks awful.
Ugh.
You can't fucking see anything.
That's one of the big, especially with the hit detection. If the hit collision is as bad in this game as it is in Battlefront, then just don't even pick up this game.
Oh,
because
God.
That's one of the worst
Yeah.
parts. Like, you can't fly in first person in Battlefront because you fly close to a building or a ship or anything and you just crash when you're not even touching it.
Well, I mean, what that showed right there was someone literally just running into another fighter, and it blew up. So I'm going to go ahead and hope that they're not actually considering letting that be a thing again.
Martin Skywalker.
And by the way, how
subscribed
many
on Twitch.
classes did they
Thank you.
have? Did they have 5?
There's
they had
the
support, interceptor, fighter, bomber.
I think that's
Is there a
it.
5th one? Why would you do 5?
No, 4.
Have 4 classes.
There's the regular class, which is the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing. Then there's the Interceptors, which is the A-Wing and the whatever. And then the bombers and the support. Yeah, see, like, there's a little Ewok bobblehead. I think that's okay, like the Ewok bobblehead. Like, customizing the inside of your ship, cool. But it's going to show...
Components is interesting. Like, having that many different components is like, wow, you can
But,
really customize
like,
that part.
Right here. Like, you can have a red TIE Fighter, a white one, a chrome one, or a black one. And then you can change the faces of your pilots.
You're fulfilling your
After EA had that whole spiel of, like, people don't want to change the way their characters look. They don't want, like, a pink Darth Vader. Suddenly we're throwing that out the window and we can, change our TIE Fighter to red. That's not canon. How's that canon? How many red TIE Fighters are there? I've never seen a red TIE Fighter in the movies.
Find a way to make that okay. That's a pink TIE Fighter there, isn't it?
No, it's red.
Isn't that a pink TIE Bomber?
No, that's a red.
No, I'm just colorblind.
Yeah. So they just threw all that out the window. You can have a red TIE Fighter, a pink one, a neon green. Like, I wonder what all the colors are. So
yeah,
that's
not to mention it's actually kind of worse than Starfighter Assault in a lot of ways.
Thank you,
it
Martin
doesn't have
Skywalker,
prequels, doesn't have
for your
sequels.
subs. Appreciate it.
I mean, it's got less content than Starfighter Assault in a lot of ways.
when you customize the outside of your TIE fighter, you don't see that. Only opponents can see that. So, what was I gonna say?
Yeah, Celestin does look weird.
Yeah, like the graphics for their faces looks horrible. So you don't even see the outside of your TIE fighters or your X-Wings. You can change the colors to stupid non-canon colors, which doesn't make sense. So your opponents can see your pretty pink TIE fighters or red TIE fighters. Then you can customize your character's faces. Like right here, you can have a Celestian or whatever. You don't get to see that. And your opponents don't even get to see that. It's not like the people that are fighting you get to see what your character looks like sitting inside the cockpit. You can change your outfit. Who cares? You can't see that. Like, look at this view. Can you see what your person looks like? No. I sure as hell can't. Based off of this view, you have no idea what the outside of your ship looks like. You have no idea what your X-Wing looks like. It could be pink, it could be blue, purple. You don't know. You have no idea. Based off of this
you can see your gloves.
Image.
That's a good point.
You can see your gloves. Oh boy.
You can see your gloves.
So, on this image alone, you don't know what the outside of your TIE fighter looks like, and you don't know what your face looks like. And no one else can see your face. But the only thing that does matter is like these little trinkets. Like you can have the Ewok bobblehead, you can have like a Millennium Falcon hanging from the side. Those are cosmetics that only you can see. It kind of makes sense. Like you can have a little bobblehead. Okay. And then the components, there's a bunch of components.
The components are probably the most interesting thing, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like look at all those different things you can put on your TIE fighter. Although to be fair, a lot of them are similar, which is something they didn't like. The blast cannon, rapid fire, but even that, I mean, that's still creative.
Burst cannon.
Some of them are probably very similar to each
plasma
other.
burst,
Sure.
auto aim cannon. Yeah, so everybody's ship's going to at least act differently, I guess. Automatic. beam
so
cannon.
That's cool. That's probably the coolest thing I saw was all those components. I'm like, damn, you can really customize how you fly.
Yeah, different types of engines.
Really cool. That's great.
This part's neat.
And that's about as far as this got. This is about the only thing I really got out of this. It's going to look really cool, but if you don't have VR, I don't really see why you're getting this, to be honest. As just a regular
In VR,
person.
you can look at your crotch. Yeah, like that's a cool maneuver.
Nobody gives
you
a
can
fuck
do.
about the campaign. I mean, they didn't even pretend to make the campaign look like it was decent. They're like, "There's a campaign. I'm not going to pretend that this has anything to do with the campaign."
Yeah, they kind of brushed over that real quick.
Like some shit campaign we put together in 10 minutes just so we could say it. And they only have 2 modes. That's also pretty shit.
Yeah, 2 modes.
Like, 2 modes, really? That's all you could creatively come up with?
This will be cool in VR, but I think that's kind of it. There's nothing going to be too special about this.
Yeah. And I mean, as far as this being a very competitive multiplayer game, I don't see that happening. I mean, you'd have to do more than just a 5v5. If you want it to be like something that catches on in a big way, like the Battle Royales or something, you need a lot more people involved in the match.
Another thing is like if it's 5v5 and there's a lot of kids that play Star Wars, so you're going to have adults and kids playing this game together. How fast are these matches going to be? Like if you play, let's say you get a squad of adults all partied up and you have 3 or 4 of them on the same team and you play with matchmake with random people and you get like a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, and 2 14-year-olds on the other team. How quickly is this going to be like just a ass kicking and then you move on to the next lobby?
Like someone backs out, like
or people back out. Does it replace somebody? Yeah,
they better replace them immediately. A 3v5 is a huge difference from an 18v20.
Yeah,
you go into a 3v5, that's like the end. It's over.
Are they going to replace people when people back out? Because that happens all the time in video games. people back out, people lag out, people, no matter what, something's going to happen. So if you have a squad of 5 and 2 people just disconnect on the other team, it's now 3v5. And then they see that two of their buddies leave, so they leave too. So now it's, 5v1.
The hit detection gets worse with the first person stuff because it's harder to tell where your fighter is. So there's a better chance of your hit detection stuff getting even more, shitty. Like I'm watching these TIE fighters go through these tight spaces. I hope their hit detection doesn't suck, or people are gonna be dying constantly, barely tapping the side of a starfighter or something, and the whole ship explodes, or they don't hit it at all and their whole ship explodes.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna have a lot of problems, unless this game is perfectly made. This is gonna, and even if it is, it's still gonna be kind of shitty. So, I mean, it's kind of what I expected. I didn't expect it to be very good.
Yeah, I'm torn between I want to try this out on VR because I think it'll look cool, but I don't know if it's worth $40 just to try VR and be like, wow, this is neat, and you look around and then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't last too long. It's like, wow, this is really cool. And after a day, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Now I can't do anything else.
I can customize the outside of my ship.
I think... Wow, that guy's an idiot. At least they did show a lot about the game. Could have been worse.
Yeah, this game definitely got the most
gameplay, and they
attention
didn't show anything.
On EA Play's
event. At least
event.
they did show stuff. Yeah. I mean, other than but as far as an event as a whole,
they didn't even they could have at least announced that they were working on stuff. It's not going to be a surprise if you say, "Hey, we're doing Battlefield 6." Hey, we're working on Fallen Order 2.
That, they announced that DICE still does things and BioWare still does things, but they didn't say what the fuck they do. They just said they exist.
Yeah.
And they're still sort of working on... They said that DICE is working on... Not DICE. Motive is working on some other game that... I don't know what the fuck it is. It looks like it's going to be like Minecraft or something. I don't know what that game was supposed to be.
The worst part about these gaming events, to me, is when they had so much filler. I get that there's developers or people and they work on the games, but I don't care about the whole developer's, past life. I don't care that he was a Star Wars fan as a kid. I don't care that this developer ran the streets. I don't give a shit that this developer worked on this game, but this developer has a girlfriend, or this developer... It doesn't matter at all. Nobody sees EA Play event and was like, did you see that developer's life story? That's really touching. I'm going to buy that video game now. It's just filler.
Maybe they just think their games are so bad. They're like, well... We're going to have to go off of our developers' life. I hope people buy games for our developers, because they're not going to buy the game for the game. The developers is our only hope.
If you take away all the filler that EA Play that this event had, it'd be like a 10-minute or less show.
I don't understand how they didn't have more content to show. Even bad content would have been better than we got. Like Sims DLC, which doesn't matter, would have been more interesting than just saying Sims has transgender mode, which it's had for like a year and a half. That's been in the game for a very long time.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even announce Sims DLC,
imagine,
which is bad.
Imagine if they did movie trailers the same way as they do these game reveal things. They go right before they show the trailer of the movie. The director sits there and gives a whole spiel about his life experiences. He's like, well, when I was a kid, I used to like this movie, and that's why I wanted to make this movie.
Don't have these kind of conferences where they have this certain time slot to
be
fill,
so stupid.
Which it's probably better if they just didn't do these conferences anymore. If this is what the conferences are going to be, they might as well just not have them. Just release stuff as you have it. Like release the trailer, release the gameplay. Forget this stuff. I mean, you know what's really good filler that nobody fucking does anymore? Gameplay. It's great filler. You can fill 10 to 15 minutes with gameplay.
Yeah.
That's why can't they do that?
Yeah, like let's say when they're talking about Madden, have a freaking Madden match go on in the background.
Yeah.
If you're talking about this game, have a match of this game go on in the background.
Yeah. That's great. I mean,
yeah, the best way to do these conferences, just, you know, play the game in the background and have the developers give commentary on what's happening in the game. Answer questions about the game while the game's playing. I don't want to sit there and look at the developer's face as he's telling me about why he was motivated to become a game developer. Or the politics that goes into why people should buy their video games. It's just stupid.
Yeah. It's just so bad. Like, this game's gonna bomb. I'd be shocked if Squadrons isn't just a total bomb for EA. I mean, if Battlefront 2 would at least start out as a bomb, I don't know how this game doesn't. I guess it's $40, so they didn't pretend that it was a $60 game, I guess. It doesn't even look close to a $60 game.
I don't know why they needed this Greg Miller as a host. Was that necessary at all?
No, they already paid him. So they had to use him somehow, I guess.
Oh.
That would be my guess.
Because
I would imagine they've already paid him, and they're like, well...
they didn't need a host for this show whatsoever. It should have been just like Sony, where it just went game after game after game.
I was going to say, that was the one thing good about the PS5 conference. At least we didn't have to listen to some cringy host.
I could have hosted this show. Anybody could have hosted this show. He didn't do anything.
You could not have hosted this show because you could not hold in your hatred of what is happening.
Yeah.
He did a great job of pretending like he actually gave a fuck about what was happening during this conference.
He pretended too much, though.
Yeah, he did. He overcompensated. That's true.
I like how in the interview with this developer for the Star Wars game, he asked him, "Are you going to reveal the release date?" And he told him, he's like, "Oh, thank God you told me because I thought you were going to leave me hanging." Like, we already know the release date. So
the release date's been out for like a week.
It's already been announced.
So he's like, "Oh, thank God."
Thank you for sharing that information.
I can only blame the guy so much, but at the same time, he could have done a lot better too. I don't think I mean, if they paid me a lot of money, I will fake it, I guess. Damn, that would have been hard. It would have been hard to actually pretend like I cared about what I was doing at that point. Be like, just think about the money. Just think about the money. Because there's no other way I could have done that. I'd be like, wow.
Video games has just been a letdown lately.
I don't care.
All right, well. Okay, me and Cookie are probably going to do a podcast giving our thoughts about this whole situation, the whole EA Play and stuff. That's probably what we'll talk about next podcast video we do.
A little more detail and stuff.
And then when The Last of Us goes live, I will start streaming it. I'm going to stream it on both YouTube and Twitch for you guys. I will turn off the comments so that nobody gets spoiled. I don't want any of you guys to, spoil each other in the comments or whatever. I made that mistake when I played Spider-Man. Somebody spoiled the end of the game for me and the chat just to be a douchebag. So I'm going to be turning off the comments. I will stream it on both, and then I will upload
turn off
the gameplay.
The donation thing.
Yes, I will turn off the donations. If anybody donates, thank you. But I will not see it, and I will turn off that so nobody can donate money to spoil. And I will play Last of Us, and I will upload the streams afterwards so you guys can watch it if you miss it. So that is what is going to happen here today, or whenever it goes live, tonight, tomorrow, whenever that is. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we'll do a podcast on this. And overall, this event just sucked. So,
yes, it did.
It was pretty bad. So,
pretty bad.
Yeah. Goodbye, guys. I don't know what else to say.